10 advanced PMP practice questions related to scope management with explanation. Which of the following is a common cause of scope creep? Scope creep often occurs due to an initially poorly defined project scope. This ambiguity leads to gradual increases in project scope without proper authorization or adjustments to time, cost, and resources. Scope verification differs from quality control in that scope verification. Scope verification is primarily focused on formalizing acceptance of the completed project deliverables, whereas quality control is concerned with the correctness of the work and meeting the quality requirements of those deliverables. Which technique is most effective for ensuring that stakeholder requirements are fully understood and captured in a complex project environment? And in complex projects, prototyping is an effective technique to ensure a clear understanding and capture of stakeholder requirements. It allows stakeholders to interact with a working model of the expected product. The scope baseline for a project includes all of the following, except the scope baseline includes the project scope statement, the VBs, and the VBS dictionary. Change requests are not part of the scope baseline, but are inputs to the perform integrated change control process. Control scope process is essential because it intricacies. The control scope process is critical for ensuring that only the work required to complete the project is included. It helps in managing and controlling any changes to the project scope. As upon scope change, what should be the next step for a project manager? Upon a proposed scope change, the next step is to seek approval through the project's change control process. This ensures that changes are properly evaluated, approved, or rejected by the appropriate stakeholders or change control board. Which of the following tools is least likely to be used in the defined scope process? SWOT analysis is typically used for strategic planning and identifying internal and external factors that may impact the project. It's less likely to be directly used in the defined scope process, which involves developing a detailed project scope statement. The other tools mentioned are more directly applicable to defining the scope. Which of the following best describes the primary purpose of the project scope statement? The project scope statement is crucial for establishing a shared understanding of project scope among all stakeholders. It details the project's deliverables, objectives, and the work required to complete those deliverables. DVBS is a key project management tool used to break down the project's scope into smaller, more manageable components. This hierarchical structure helps in organizing and defining the total scope of the project. And the primary difference between project scope and product scope is project scope is all about the work required to deliver a result, including project management work. Product scope, however, is specifically about the features and functions that characterize the product or service.